Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good morning for some, maybe even good evening for others. How you guys doing out there? This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Thanks, Ed, for having me here today. I appreciate it. Oh, we have sound. Good deal. Hi, Larry. How's it going? How's everybody's trading going today? Pretty fair? So. Questionable. Better than last week. Thanks, Ari. Appreciate that information there. Nice day. Pretty happy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy today, too. Yeah, I am pretty happy today, too. Things are working out okay. Okay, so let's see here. How many people, just so I know, do not have the scanner, the LTA Live Trading Alert Scanner? Just curious. Lee, not yet. Okay. Anyone else? Deborah doesn't. Hi, Deborah from Florida. Larry doesn't. Okay. Let's go. I'm just kind of curious here. Felix, all right. Paula, you just installed it for a trial. Nice. You're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. All right. Thanks, Malcolm. Appreciate that. Malcolm just posted a 14-day trial to the scanner, and it's free. I mean, it's so free that I don't even think Ed asked for a credit card, so there's no fear of getting billed, just so you know. All right, cool. How many people here are not? How many people here are not Hit and Run Candlesticks or Right Way Option members? If you're one of them, then you are. So who is not? Anybody here that's not? Larry's not. Paula's not. Oh, wow, quite a few. Okay, cool. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Okay, so I should have had this up. I want to show you something, and you know, you guys, most of you have seen it, and I want to show this to you. I trade an account called the Road to Wealth account. It's an account that I started. This is the second one, actually. It's an account that I started in 2018, January 2018, with $5,000, and it grew to over $70,000. I closed it out, and I started another one this past August with $10,000. And the statement, this is a brand new statement, the beginning of this month, and from $10,000 to $38,500 in 6.5 months, or 285%. You can see the statement pages down here, just in case you think we're just making this up. Here's the statement down there to prove that. My reasoning for showing you this is I am like you. Nothing here, nothing you can do or say surprises me. There's nothing. I know exactly why everybody is here. It's the same reason that I went to webinars in the past. I would still go to webinars, but honestly, I do way too much work during the day, and I'm just too tired to do something after work. And besides, I've got a honey-do list that I need to get done, and happy homeowner kind of stuff. I just don't have time. And during the day, I'm running the Hit and Run Candlesticks trading room. On Mondays, I do this here every Monday. So I truly know why you're here. You're here to get some tidbits on trading. And believe me, if I could be somewhere, I would too. I learn things every day. I learn things from our members every single day. So what I'm going to try to do is give you something today that you can take away. Give you something today that you can take and you can make it very actionable possibly by the end of the day, definitely by tomorrow. But it will be extremely actionable for you. And I think that's important. And I think that's why you're here. Whether it could be, for a hot stock tip maybe, or information on how I use options, information or on a chart setup, things like that. Like I say, I will do what I can to answer your questions, and I will definitely give you a couple very actionable things you can do today to be absolutely running with it later this afternoon or tomorrow, okay? So let me answer Larry's question here first. Do you use only options? Yes, Larry. Now, I've been trading 34 years, and I traded only stocks up until January of 2018, okay? Now, Larry's asking, can road to wealth occur with stocks? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Let me bring this back up just so I have a show and tell for you. Here we go. So Larry's asking, can you do the road to wealth account with stocks? Yes, you can. The road to wealth account is just a clever name that I gave my trading account. All right, that's it. There's no frills. There's no whistles and bells. That's all it is. This could be a stock account. But I will tell you this, Larry, that I find it very hard to believe that anyone, can make these kind of returns with stock, just stock. But if you could make 50% of these results, I'm pretty confident you would be happy, yes? If you could make 25% of these this type of return, I'm pretty confident you'd be happy. Yes? Can I get a yes or no out of there, Larry? Yeah. Okay. So you can absolutely do this. All right. Absolutely. It's just with options, your returns are going to be greater. I'm not here to talk anybody into trading options. I'll answer what option questions I can. But you can do the same thing with stock. Okay. It's just an account. And really the key to this is the alerts that I get from live trading alerts, set up looking for chart patterns that I'm looking for. And like I said, I will give you very actionable details on a few little things today that I think you'll be happy with. So to your question, yes, you can absolutely trade stock there, okay? There we go. Let's see, Darren, gotcha. I'll find you. Okay, you're not talking to me. All right. Just by game. You know what? I just by game, I got to tell you, I think that's a bad idea. I really do. This is the kind of risk that I don't really care for. Sure, game could go up, but I think game is a very risky chart. If somebody dabble with very, very little at risk. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. When the Reddit people are involved, you're playing with fire. So be careful, okay? Just be careful there. Let's see. It's not allowing me to sign up for your 14-day trial, okay? Malcolm and Ed will take care of that. Well, Ari, knock yourself dead. You traded. I'm not. I'm not. I don't trade risky stuff like this. So last week you said there is a number to archive 2 times in a year, a number to achieve 2 times a year. What formula do you use? All right. So Larry, what you're asking about are my goals, how I double my account. That I think that's what Larry is asking. But let me let me show you how I double my account, and then let me show you the chart setups, how I do it with the chart setups and with the scanner, okay? So the way you double your account is pretty simple. It really is kind of simple. Now, you know, none of this means anything if you can't trade, all right? None of this means anything if you cannot trade. It just doesn't mean anything. And what I mean by trade is I'm going to come over to this chart right here. All right. So if you can't take a trade and make sense of it, if you can't buy it, and if you can't take profits, then this formula will do you no good whatsoever. Okay? So you've got to be able to look at a chart. You've got to be able to see the price action that would suggest the bulls are the bulls are interested, and then you've got to be able to take profits as the chart moves up. Okay, so all right, so here's my formula. All right, if you let's take a $30,000 account, okay, 30K, and say you want to double it in 12 months. So that means you've got to make $30,000. So there's approximately 243 days to trade in a year. Now everybody's going to be a little bit different, okay? Some people might use 240. I mean, what I've done is I've just simply taken the days off, the time that I think I'm going to take off, the natural traders' holidays, any sick time. You figure out approximately how many days you're going to trade. And I trade approximately 243 days. Again, everyone's going to be a tiny bit different, so I wouldn't put a lot of weight into 243. Your number could be 240, 239, 238, it could be a little more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 30,000 and we're going to divide that by 243. And that comes up with, I'm going to round this up to $125, okay? So that means that I've got to net a day $125. Now that doesn't mean that I do that every single day. But what it could mean is that at the end of a week I need to net $625, okay? So knowing this piece of information to me is gold. To me, this is absolute gold, okay? And I have losses. Please don't anyone think that there aren't that there aren't losses out there. There are losses. All I need to do is make $125 a day, or $625 a week, or let's say 625. What is it times 4, or $2,500 a month? I mean, we don't want to do it this way, but honestly, you could, the first 3 weeks of the month, you could not make any money. As long as you make your money that last week, you're golden. Now, that's not the way we want to do it, but it could be done that way. So again, I think these numbers are golden, knowing what you want to do. So here's what happened. What's going to happen? I bought some WBA a little while ago. And using that $30,000, all I need to do is make $125. That's it. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to close this out just because I make $125 when it moves up. But what if this thing runs up to $400? What if it gets up here somewhere around $400? Would I consider closing some of it? Sure. Remember what my daily goal is. $125 on that $30,000 account. So if it moved up and gave me some room and I had more than one contract on it, well, I'm going to take my $125 out. So I'm going to close enough contracts to equal the 125. As long as the chart still looked good, then maybe I'll let the other contract or other contracts move up a little higher. When it reaches another, maybe $400 again, or maybe $300, maybe I take out that another goal. Okay. And then if you think about it, you've got multiple positions on. So what if you could do that on a regular basis to multiple positions a day or multiple positions a week? What if you could do that? Well, that's exactly how I do it. Okay, that is exactly it. But remember, none of this means anything if you can't find the chart, if you can't trade the chart, and if you can't take profits on the chart. None of it means anything at all. So keep that in mind. Does anyone have any questions about this? And I see John has a question here. John typed in here, what is your drawdown on average per week, month? Do you have volatility swings like a roller coaster or constant profits? John, I wish I could tell you I had constant profits, but that's just not the truth. I have losses like everybody else, okay? I put my pants on one leg at a time, and there's no difference. So what I do is I manage my account, I get rid of my losses, I keep the winners, and I take profits into strength. When the market is bullish like this, I do tend to make more money. When the market is choppy like this, the market tends to kick my butt. I know that. And if I can break even on a choppy market, I'm pretty darn happy. If the market is trading down, I can make some pretty darn good money. So market up, good money. Market down, good money. Market chop, it's a losing game for me. And it's actually a losing game for most traders when the market is choppy. So anyway, bottom line, John, to your question, I have losses just like everybody else. Okay. Here, let me show you something. Here it is. This is the previous Road to Wealth account, the one I started in 2018. And, well, that we had to change it. We had to change it to quarterly. But there were months where there was red months, okay? There was, let's see here. Right here might have been a red month. Look at this right here. That was definitely a red month. There was a red month in there. So it's not like every single month is a winning month. Now, I will admit, so far this year, it has been the case. It has been a winning every month so far in the past 6 months. So far. But that doesn't mean that we're going to, in 12 months, it's going to be that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Do you have a Road to Wealth with stock only? No, Larry. And let me ask you a question, Larry. No, I don't. But let me ask you a question here. What difference would it make? So I'm thinking you might have another question in here. Dig hard and find your other question. What difference would it make? And let me know your opinion there. What is your difference? I think you have another question you want to ask. So dig for it, okay? Please do. You're right, John. I'm a directional trader. You're absolutely right. And we can make money bullishly and we can make money bearishly. But I'm just telling you right now, one trader to another trader, chop, well, it tends to kick my butt, okay? Tends to. See, LG, market, go golfing or shopping. Yeah, when the market is choppy, yeah. You'll save more money. I'd save more money if I would have went and bought a boat, I think. Malcolm there. Malcolm is last week sucked pond water for him. Yeah. You put pants on one leg at a time, but you have experience and wisdom. That's true, T. But you know what? What I'm about to show you in about 2 minutes here is all you need to know. I mean, I am sharing with you exactly what you need to know. But as traders, we have this horrible habit of thinking there's more when there's not. We have this horrible habit of complicating when we shouldn't. We have this horrible habit of over trading when we shouldn't. And if we just stopped some of these bad habits, I think a whole lot of things would change for most traders. Let's see, Larry. Larry's never used options. Guess there's a fear factor. Okay, Larry, I knew there was another question there. And thank you. Okay, I knew there was another question. Didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but I knew there was another one. So what difference would it make if I told you that I bought WBM, if I bought the April 45 strike? Is that right? April 45 strike. How would that change your trade of you saying, well, you know what? I think I'm going to buy the stock for $48.41. What I'm trying to point out to you, it does not matter if you are trading options or if you're trading this stock. Now, I will admit, if somebody said to me they're trading stock and they doubled their account in 12 months, I have to admit, I would say, let me see your statement because I want to see some proof. Okay, I will admit that. But if somebody's trading options and if they say they doubled their account, I would just ask them a few questions maybe. We would just have a conversation. And I'm pretty confident I could tell in that conversation if they're full of crap or if they're real. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you, and I think we talked about it a little earlier, would you be happy with 25%? Okay. You said yes. Well, you might be able to do that with stock, but I'm not sure that you're going to be able to double your account with just stock. Just not sure about that. Okay, so it makes no difference at all, excuse me, whether I use options or whether you use stock. So don't feel like you've got to run in and learn options. In fact, to the members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, I sent an alert out to your smartphone that you should have received that I bought this option at, what was it I say here? The April 45 strike. If you don't trade options, you could still buy this chart right here. Okay? So don't let the whole option thing get in your way. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. T does it all the time. He doubles his account on stock. Prove it. I show you my statement. You show me yours. And I mean no disrespect out of that. Okay? I mean none. I just want to make sure that somebody says that they can do that. I want to see proof. And and that's why I post my statement online so you can see proof, because I wouldn't believe it. I would not. So let's see, Roger, do you increase the size of your trade as your account goes up? I do, Roger. Yeah, I scale it up a little bit. Yeah, I buy more contracts is what I do. Yes, sir. You can only sell covered calls in an IRA account. Okay. Again, don't be afraid to trade the stock, okay? Don't get wound up here about the most unimportant thing there is today. What we're talking, we're getting dangerously close to the most unimportant thing there is. All right? In fact, I'm just going to cut I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to go into showing you something that is extremely actionable, okay? And John is right. Options, the power of leveraging and controlling risk. Powerful, very powerful. So I'm going to, let's see, how many questions do I have here? Okay, no more questions for 1 second, please. Larry, WBA. Is a first sale uptrend a buy signal point figure? WBA is a first sell on uptrend. That makes absolutely no sense to me, Larry. Is a first sell on uptrend a buy signal? What you're using a point and figure chart? I don't. It would be like me speaking Greek. I wouldn't know. Okay, Paul. If you can trade stocks well, you can trade options. I agree, Paul, 100%. And that's the only reason they work for me. If you can't trade stocks well with options, you will lose money faster. Touché, Paul. Let's see. You can ask your broker to trade directional options. Very doable. Okay, let's get into the business now, okay? Let's get into the business. So, how many people here like WBA for a trade? By the way, this right here, this blue line, let me make this a little darker for you. This is the 50-period moving average. This is a Morningstar signal by my account, and it's also a doji bullish engulf here. Does anyone like that chart? I mean, I would guess everyone does, okay? I would guess. So these are the kind of charts that I get alerts on. Does anybody like Starbucks? Does anyone like Starbucks here? And for a moment here, we don't care if you don't like Starbucks itself. I don't care if it's a $100 stock and you can only trade $20 stocks. That's wasted conversation, okay? The question is, do you like the Starbucks chart? All right, Starbucks chart. And I would have a hard problem that somebody said, no, I didn't. It's like, what? I would think that person would be more of a troublemaker. But that's an excellent looking chart. How about ABBV? Now, I can see somebody saying on this chart, well, it might need to break out. I could see that. On this chart, though, does anybody like the fact it's putting in a nice wedge here? I'm not saying it's a buy right now. Maybe it's a buy on a breakout. What I am pointing out is that it's bouncing right off the 50-period moving average, okay? Okay, those I knew. Let's go look at a few that I don't know. Let's look at VZ. Well, let me stay away from that one for a moment here. Hang on, we'll go look at that. OTIS. There we go. Now, when we're looking at charts, what I'm looking for here are stocks bouncing off the 50-period moving average. So, you know what? We might not like this candle, and I get that. But as far as price and that 50-period moving average, do you like that? And I would have to say yes. How about DTE? Look at DTE. Right here at the 50-period moving average. Does that look pretty good? Man, this is nice bullish candle right here. We've got an inside day. These look good to me. These are the type of trades that I want to take. Okay, now what I'm going to do is let's get rid of this. And then let's change the Trendicator to the 20. There we go. The Trendicator is the red dots and green dots, okay? All right, now let's take a look at VZ. Let's get rid of all that. There we go. Look how the Trendicator is green, by the way. I love trading with a green Trendicator. See the green dots? And this represents the 20-period moving average right now. So can you see the value of using a moving average of your choice and price action off that moving average? I mean, let's just take a look at this whole chart, okay? Look at this. We were in a downtrend. All of a sudden, price came up over the 20-period moving average, and look where it went. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to happen every single time. That's not what that means. Let's see here. Sorry, I still have trades on, so I've got to watch a few things, wondering what's working here. Okay. Even if you're shorting, look at this right here. Wouldn't this be nice to know when price is losing the battle with the 20-period moving average? Wouldn't that be a nice short? And then here we gapped up, we pulled back, and now we're testing and pushing and tugging on that 20 simple, and now we're back in the saddle here again. Does that make sense? How about LMT? Again, this red dots and green dots, that's the 20-period moving average. You can see how we've been in a downtrend. Now that we're in an uptrend, this is the 20. Would that be a pretty good buy right there? And here's what I do a lot. I will trade off a moving average. In fact, I don't talk about it very much, but just about everything I do has a whole lot to do with moving averages. And today I'm talking about it. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a webinar and I'll be talking about it a lot more, okay? So I am I want to see a green Trendicator, which in this case, it's just the 20. I want to see price close to that, and if I buy it, then if it went back below the 20, I would be unhappy. But what if I could keep this within a couple percent? What if every one of these that I looked at, I could keep within a couple percent? Wouldn't that be a good, say, risk-reward ratio? If I could say, look, I want to find stocks that are setting up where I have a max risk of, say, 2% or 3%, I can choose what I want, or 5% for that matter, and I can connect that, well, we're talking about the 20, so I could say, I want to see a stock that's showing me signs of buying within 3% of the 20-period moving average. There you go. I just don't know how much easier it gets than that right there. Let's see if I can find another one here. Here's now. I know we already talked about Starbucks. I think it was on the 50, but we'll go check that. Maybe it was on the 22. Anyway, we'll check that. But look at Starbucks here. You've got a hammer. You've got a what could end up as a bullish engulf today. Certainly a bullish piercing candle at this point. And you can look at the trend here and look at the trend. We start moving above, well, we're going to have to go up here, I guess. Above 107.50, Starbucks could pay. So remember that red dot right there, that's the 20 simple moving average. So if I was to buy this right now, my risk is less than 1%. The power of using moving averages is amazing, just so you know. Absolutely amazing. And the reward could be a lot. Could be a lot. So, hey, I want to go look at one stock here. Sorry, I'm trading this. My Ford, I'm going to take off. I'm going to close some of my Ford and put a goal away. I'm on my, I'm working on doubling my account, and I've got 10 contracts, so I'm going to sell a contract or two here. A third of it actually is what I'm going to sell, and put a couple of goals in my pocket here before the day's over. So, I just wanted to go see what it's doing. Thank you. Where were we? We were looking at Starbucks. So I hope everyone understands the power of stocks moving off of moving averages, even to moving averages, things like that, okay? I am going to change this to the 50. I want to see where the 50 is on this, so I can change this right here. And see, we're coming right off that 50 period moving average right there. So we're actually doing both of them in this case. Okay. Let's see here, Richard. What's the reason the Trendicator is changing from 17 to 20? Richard, I'm just doing a show and tell here. That's all. Richard, I'm showing stocks bouncing off a moving average. And I just chose today to use the 20 and the 50. That's all. Okay? I talk about the 17 so many times, I'm just tired of it, so I thought I would share something a little different today. Okay? Don't make anything of it. I'm just using the 20 and 50 as the examples. That's all. That's all. Rick is asking when you would buy Starbucks. Look, I buy differently than a whole lot of people. Okay, I'm not the norm. Honestly, I think that's one reason I'm successful. I don't spend my life looking at entries. I spend my life understanding price action and chart patterns. I look at charts like this, and I'm going to get to your question, by the way. I'll answer it in just a second here. But I want to look at this chart, and I see in this case, it's the 50, okay? I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to say, man, I'm going to buy it here. By the way, I don't care what the entry is. I look at this and say, man, I'm going to buy it right here, and I don't care what the entry is. I look at this and say, look, I'm going to buy it here. And you're right, I don't care what the entry is. Look what this chart could have done for you. And you could have closed it and, bought, sold all you wanted. Right here was pretty close to the 50. This might have alerted. Look what it would have done for you. This would have done only a little bit and then started pulling back. There is no guarantee a chart is going to go higher than where we buy it. So if I bought Starbucks, I'm looking for it to go higher. Again, I don't care where I buy it. And this is where I differ from a whole lot of traders. Whole lot of traders fuss and worry, fart, mess around with an entry. If I like the chart, I buy the chart. If I'm using this alert, and I'm going to show you this alert here in just a minute, but if I'm using this alert and was to buy it right now, I'm less than 3% below that 50-period moving average. And that's well within my risk tolerance. So to me, it's a buy right now. And then we'll trade it up. In fact, let's do this. I will prove it to you. Okay? I will prove it to you. And I'm going to buy Starbucks right now. I'm going to come out here. We'll go look at June. Plenty open interest. I see, I'm going to buy that 75 delta here. The bid and ask, the spread is 4.8%. I'm okay with that. Oops. Let's do this. I'm going to buy 6 contracts. Yep. And I just pushed the button. Whoops. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Hold the phone. Yikes. I was on CCJ. Good Lord. That could have been disastrous. Let's start this over again. Jeepers creepers. Yeah, that's a different there. Let's go look at July. Let's go back to June. So I'm going to buy the June 100 strike. It's a 67 delta. Yeah, that makes more sense now, actually, here. And we're going to buy that. I just pushed the buy button, and it just filled. It just filled. So there we go. Let's put this back up there where it goes. So again, I don't care where I buy it. I see a bullish candle. I see it off the 50-period moving average because this happens to be the alert I'm looking at. I can, a little bit of just trending education. I can clearly see by that trend line, we have a trend working here. This is the type of chart, it looks to me like it's going higher. My trade is on now. And there we go. So just like that. Okay. I'm going to come over here to Ford. I'm just going to put it up on another screen and watch it. There we go. All right. Thank you, Larry. Let's see. Gunther on Starbucks. How come the dot went from red to green on the last candle? That's because price moved above or below it. That's what the red and green dots do. It tells us when price moves below it or above it. Yeah. Let's see, LG. You're looking at WBA. I like the chart. Would you wait for it to pull back? No, I wouldn't. Or hold support? No, I wouldn't. Just as you taught us, let the stock come to you. The stock is and has come to me. I put WBA on my watch list. I think the stock has come to me. That's exactly what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for a bounce off a major moving average. I've got a good candle pattern right here that has come back to me. Here's what it's done. It has come back and come back and come back and come back and come back. Right here. Let's see, Bart, are you going to be talking about your favorite LTA? Yes, I am, Bart, in just a minute here. Yeah, I caught that, Stacy. Thank you. Almost was disaster. Almost disaster. Um, all right. So this is, and by the way, somebody, Bart, you're at my favorite alerts. We don't have time to talk about all of them. And I always talk about the trap, the 3/8 trap. So we're talking about something different today. But this is definitely a favorite. And I really wanted to shake things up and throw everybody off by using a different moving average because the 17 EMA, that's not like magic or anything. The 20 is just as good. The 50 is good. The 30 is good. The 27 and 3/4 is good. So I just want to show that other moving average can do the same thing. So this is the alert for near 20, and this is live trading alerts right here. And it's just 3 alerts that make this up. And I want stocks that are near and above a moving average of my choice. In this particular case, this is going to be the 20 simple. Okay, so I've got it. Here's the 20 or the simple moving average. I have it on the close, and that is the moving average right here. And I have it a max of 2%. So think about that. If you have a trending moving average and you buy using a good price action candle, what you have at risk, but you like it because it's at the 20. If it closed below the 20, would you like the chart? No. So why keep it? Close it out. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Man up, accept it, or girl up, accept it, and move on. And I've got a max risk of 2%, which, the truth is maybe it'll end up costing me 2.5% or something like that. But you see where I'm controlling my risk. I'm controlling the area that I buy. All right. The next thing I want is a white candle or a green candle. I want it to be a bullish candle. I have no interest whatsoever in buying a negative candle, a black candle or red candle. I have zero interest in doing that. The only time I do that is if I'm already in the position and it moves down some, I might add to it on a negative candle. But a new buy, never on a bearish candle. To me, that's the most ridiculous thing in the world to do in the world of trading. Then I have a trend built in, and I'm using bull user-defined average relationship. And what I'm saying here is I want a fast moving average. I want a faster moving average to be above a slower moving average. In this case, I just simply said I wanted the 8 exponential moving average to be greater than, because this is bull, this automatically is greater than. I want it to be greater than our moving average that we're working with, the 20 simple, just like that. That's it. And we come up with stocks like WBA or, wait a minute here, I'm missing something. There it is. Let me make this stay on top. There we are. Or ESS. And let's put this back on the 20 because that's what we're looking at. There it is right there. Look at that. How can somebody not like this chart as far as the price as long as the pattern goes. I don't care how much it is. I don't care if you sell REITs or trade REITs. I don't care. All we're looking at is the chart. Okay? How can somebody not like that chart? How can somebody say, oh, you're going to shop for a price? What do you mean? You're already less than 3% at risk. Less than 3%. Guys and gals, this is hot to me. This is good stuff. LMT. Look at LMT. I'm going to get rid of that right there. Look at that chart. There's the 20-period moving average. If you're wrong, I've got what, 1.6% wrong? Every trader in the world can afford that. So, again, I don't care about price. Let's just look at right here. I can't imagine anybody not liking this chart right here. I'm going to move this back, and let's change this to the 50 now, right here. And now let's move this over here so you can see it. Let me make sure this stays on top. There we are. Let's look at O. We're right at the 50. Now this happens to be a chart that I really don't want because I don't like the overall trend. And by the way, there's ways to set this up so you can put this in an overall trend, okay? You can do that. TFX, let's look at that. Let's get rid of price for a second, just for a second. What in the world would be wrong with this chart? That's cool looking. Look at that trend right there. Let's put price on there. Don't let price scare you. Would that be a buy for somebody? Maybe, maybe not. But at the worst, you've got what? 1.8% risk, give or take a fraction. Let's look at Garmin. Anybody like Garmin here? Now, in all honesty, on Garmin, it's doing what we want it to do, but I do think I would want it to be broken out. So the way I'm looking at charts, the way I want to look at a chart is I would like it to break out and then come back and test that 20. This would have been a nice one here. Break out and come back and test the 20. And then let's get all jiggy on it. Let's look at peak. Peak. Try this again. Peak. There we go. Look at peak. I'm going to check something here. Let's put this in a trend. Because I think we need to put it in a trend. So we've got it within 2%. I'm going to adjust, since we're adjusting things, I'm going to adjust this to 3%. White candle, user relationship. Let's see, I've got the 8 greater than the 50. You know what? I'm going to change this to, I'm going to change this to simple, and I'm going to change this to the 20. That might solve our trend problem. That might. Let's see what happens here. And we'll just let this kind of cook for a moment. It has to bake a little bit. Let's see. Larry says, Larry says, where do I obtain LTA? Larry, look below. Oh, there you go. Right below you, Larry. Malcolm, LTA 14-day free trial. Malcolm put you a link in there. Okay. And also, I want to share with you, if you stay here right after my little class here, Ed will be here to help you get things set up, okay? Ed will be here. So, let's see. Our our RTX. Yeah, that's a nice one. We're working with the scanner, Mike. Nice chart, doesn't fit what we're looking for right now, really. I don't think anyway. Let's see. Posey, these charts you are talking about, can you automatically pull them up, or does one need to create themselves? Posey, if you have a chart and if you have the scanner, all you have to do is type it in. There it is right there. If you have, I only know of two. I think there's 4 or 5, but TC2000 and Thinkorswim, I can come over here and just click on it, and it actually changes it automatically. But you can just type it in. I hope that answered your question, okay? If you have a chart and if you have the scanner, all you got to do is type it in. Take a look. I mean, take this Garmin, okay? What if somebody said, well, I didn't want to wait to the breakout? What would be wrong with taking this trade? What is your risk? A whole 1.5%? Anyway, let's see here. Monica, Jason, thanks for all your help, guys. Monica, I can get the scan criteria for near 200 SMA. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We'll put it up again, Monica. Let's see. Why not add Road to Wealth slow scan? I can do that. Let's see the slow. Let's go see what this is. Let me pull that up. Road to Wealth. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And I think I'm gonna change this one. Let's go. Let's for fun. Let's keep it simple. Like I say, I'm doing something very different today because I tend to always do what I always do. So we're going to do things a little bit different. There we go. So there's 19 that qualify. Well, we'll let that pop up. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Mitch. Alrighty. So I'm gonna here now. Let's talk. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm looking for alerts based on chart pattern setups that I feel are excellent. Okay, these that I've showed you, I think, are excellent. And under different market conditions, there might be a couple other alerts that I use. The 3/8 trap is one of my favorite. We always talk about it. Again, I just thought I would shake things up, do things just a little bit different today to show you there's other things other than the 3/8 trap. Now, let's go back. Let's go to taking profits now, because there's a part. Everything is very, very simple. It really is. Trade in a bullish. We're talking bullish. So trade in a bullish trend. Look for charts that are meeting your criteria, such as a pullback to a moving average. Look for charts that are pulling back to your moving average with price action suggesting buyers are coming in. All this can be alerted with the LTA scanner. All right. Here, while this one's still perking over here, here's the other one, the 20. So this is a no-brainer, man. I gotta tell you. this is this drives me crazy that I see people, they fight this. Why? Because you don't want a 2-week, 14-day free trial, or because you don't want to spend $147 a month? Jiminy Christmas. I mean, Starbucks already, I only bought 2 contracts and I'm up $55. Okay. So now let's look at the profit-taking part of this. All right. So I happen to be in Disney. I'm already in Disney. I was in Disney Friday. So I'm up on Disney. Now let's use this $30,000 account again. All right. And I want to double it. So say that you're up $250 on Disney. And say you only need to make $125 net a day. Does anybody have any idea what we might need to be doing right now? Any guesses out there? Mitch says sell half. Hell yeah, Mitch. Go to the bank, yeah. Take some profits. Yeah. I could sell half, let's see. I could sell half and still have half. And I would have accomplished my goal. Heck yeah. How about Ford? Ford's up $390. What if your goal is only $125 net a day? You might want to take some money. Microsoft. Long some Microsoft. I bought Microsoft Friday. Yeah, Friday. Microsoft currently up, what is it? Where is it? There it is. Currently up $200. Guys, you want to make money in trading, this is the tool you need. This is the system you need. You need TC2000, all right? Best charting package out there. You need live trading alerts. The world's best alerting system. You need to take some time out of your life and get comfortable with the chart patterns. It's that simple. It's that simple. And do you know, I don't spend a lot of money on my positions. Today, Friday and today, all I've spent is $2,000 per position. That's all. That's all. Now, I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 positions currently. I could, let's see, what is it? Let's see, 1,600. Divide that by 125. I could close everything and have almost 13 goals today. 13 goals. This is not tough stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's not hard. Okay, I'll quit yakking here. Anyone have any questions? We can open it up to whatever you want to talk about now, okay? And then I'm going to give it another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it over to Ed. Let's go look at EFA. Whoops, EFA. There we go. EFA coming up to that 20 simple here. The SPY is moving up. SPY, we're coming off that 20 simple here. Okay. Nice, Jamel. Way to go. Okay. Any questions at all? Let's see, P-Man, why would you sell the stocks if they are staying above the T-line? T-line Jorn mentioned. Because I have a profit-taking method, P-Man. I have a profit-taking method. My profit-taking method is I want to double my account in 12 months, and I'm going to do it in a mechanical way. All right? 30K, double it in 12 months would equal $60,000. All right? There's 243 days in a year to trade. You divide $30,000 by 243, it comes out to $125. So if I buy a stock and it moves up, and say I buy 3 contracts, and say it moves up to say $400 or $450, maybe $475, I think that would be $375. Say it moves up to $375. Then why not sell one contract for your $125 and put it in your pocket? Now, this is just a system. Somebody might say, well, this system sucks. Okay. And if you are making money, if you make your house payment on your trading, if you bought a boat last year, if you take your family on vacation through trading, then you have a leg to stand on. But if not, well, you might want to give it a shot. So, P-Man, you may be one of these traders that if it's up, you're going to stay with it. You're just going to continue to move your stop up. And I think that's great. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I'm just sharing the way I do it, and I just explained in great detail why I do it that way. Because I want to mathematically, neither one where it sounds good, double my account in 12 months. And I know exactly how to get there. I don't want to trade with, okay, guys, I'm going to double my account in 12 months. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy stocks that move up, and I'm going to put my stop in there. That seems like you're leaving out a lot of information. Everything I do here has purpose, it has meaning, and it gets me there. Anyway, just a thought. Okay, where are we going here? Anything else? Let's see. Anything? Oh, that LMT. Let's go look at that. Look at that LMT. Man, that's looking hot there. I'm liking what that's doing. DTE. So let's do this real quick here. We have a few minutes. The first person that posts this out there. Okay, ready? And you can't use the T-line. The T-line cannot be an answer. What is your favorite moving average? First one, and the T-line cannot be it. 34. So watch this. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I'm going to duplicate this window. I'm going to move that over here. And now we're going to adjust to the 34. Near and above. We're going to change that to exponential. Close. We're going to say 34. I'm going to change this to 3%, give us a couple more bumps in there. And in the relationship, I'm going to say, because this is actually a good combination, the 8 exponential above the 34. Whoops, 34. There we go. Let's check our work. 8 exponential, white candle. Let's rescan all here. There's 39 possibilities. So let's close this. Let it perk. While it's perking, I'm going to make it look prettier. Sorry, I can't do this and talk. Too many. Just can't do it. I just cannot do it. Almost there, though. There we go. All right. So we're looking at charts coming off the... oh, and I want to show you one more thing here, too. We're looking at charts coming off the 34 EMA, and the T-line is above the 34. There's probably one more thing I might want to add. Whoops. Might want to add to this, but we'll look at this. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Let's change this to the 34. Guys, it just does not get better than this. You can see this is not anything you make up a week ahead of time. I did this right here on the fly based on what somebody else posted in there. You can't make this stuff up. This is real. You guys quit picking on P-Man. And by the way, everyone that posted in there, a moving average, everyone can be done that way. You could have multiple scans, and they you could have, this could be the T line, this could be the 20, this could be the 34. You can have another one, the 50. And you want to know something else really kind of cool? If you're into candlestick signals and things like this, but I will admit, this will slow your alerts down. And what will slow down is how many you get, okay? It really will. But what if you said, all right, I want to see, I'm going to change this because it's driving me crazy looking at it. There we go. You can come in here and say, if you're into bullish candlesticks, you can say you only want to see engulf. There we go. Say you want to see a bullish engulf. Right there. Well, but what it will do is you're not going to get nearly as many hits, because with all these, we had 18. You throw a bullish engulf on there, and it's only saying 1. I don't know how to go get that one. Huh. Okay, so you can do that, but it'll be thin. It truly will be thin on how many you get. Which I'm not going to leave that there, so we'll do that. Let's see. Okay. Makes sense? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Malcolm, Ed, P-Man, everybody, Stacy, everybody there. I'm going to check out of here. I'm going to turn this over to Ed. And for those that are more interested, or you want to set something up, Ed will be here just as soon as I leave here. Ed's going to be on. And Ed will be able to help you, okay? Look at that. MSI. Look at that. This is killing me. Let's get rid of price. How can you argue with that trend right there? How can you How can you not be excited about that? I don't see how it's possible. Let's put price back on there. How could you not be interested in buying MSI? Your risk, less than 2.5%. IBM just popped up. A little higher on IBM. Let's kick that out of the way. It's still going to be within our percent, not exactly the type of chart I'm looking for. This is 3%. So in the great big world, would it kill you if you bought it and it moved back down to 122? Or you can put this on the watch list and you can use the buy box, buy it on inside day tomorrow or the next day. Well, anyway, I could go on and go on and go on. IEX. Look at IEX. Nice. Abbott. All right, Abbott. Whoop, Abbott. That's off the 50. Well, all right, we'll change this, then I'm going to get out of here. So we'll move this to the 50. Just to show you. Look at that. Major moving averages. Think about that. Positive price action off major moving averages. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Malcolm, thanks for posting that code in here. Ed, thank you so very much for letting me come in here and do this today. Remember, everybody, if you hang around, Ed will be in here, and he'll answer more questions if you have more questions. I'm headed back over to the Hit and Run Candlesticks trading room. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, it's open to the public. I'm going to be talking about this exact same thing, a little more in depth. You guys all take care, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night.